He ordered everyone to search. Samra tell him the fuel look deep, become dangerous and they need to leave. Muzaffar accused her of becoming weak, Doga of word. He said that are too close to victory to stop. Samran say has warned them already more than Lucy overdid. Muzaffar pushes her aside and heads toward Doga's room. Yaman leads Doga through a narrow passage. They almost reach the stair when Muzaffar appears. He points his weapon at Yaman and orders him to step away. Yaman moved in front of Doga. Muzaffar left and said the great Yaman has finally revealed his weakness. He tells Doga that she attacked destruction and now another man will suffer because of her. Yaman answered that Muzaffar knows nothing about Doga. He says she has mistake, but she forces him instead of spending her life blaming others. The world Yaman surprised. Yaman once saw her only through the damage she caused. Now she is defected the person she has become. Muzaffar says Yaman is a fool if he believes rich family over chain. Yaman replied that pain does not give anyone permission to become a murderer. Muzaffar orders Yaman to move. Yaman refuses. Doga sees a heavy object beside her and quietly reaches toward it. Muzaffar notices the movement and turns the weapon toward her. Yaman attacks because he can fire. The two men crash against the wall. The weapon wall but slide across the floor toward the stairs. Doga ran toward it, still weak from the drug. One of the guards entered and grabbed Doga. She struck him with the object and tried to escape. Simra appeared behind the guard and pushes him away. Together, the two women closed the door and looked him inside the passage. Doga asks why Simra is helping. Samra says she wanted justice, not that. Doga tells her that helping now will matter when the trust is investigated. Yaman and Muzaffar continue fighting near the angel room entrance. Muzaffar accusing Yaman of protecting the family. They destroy his one future. He revealed that someone told him about Yaman's history with Lucy and Doga. The information shocked Yaman if only limited number of people. Now the complete story. Muzaffar said Yaman should have joined them instead of saving the woman who humiliated him. Yaman asked who gave him the information. Muzaffar refused to answer. He said there are people inside the farm who want Lucy removed before he can save move. An alarm becomes sounded. Smoke rises from the lower deck. The leading fuel has reaching a hot engine component. Samra shouted that the act may explode. Yaman stopped fighting and tell Muzaffar they must leave. Muzaffar refused to abandon the document and recording stored inside the cabin. He believed they are the only proof of Lucy's action. Yaman said proof is endless if everyone died. Muzaffar ran toward the cabin anyway. His revenge has become more important to him than survival. Doga follows Yaman toward the emergency board. Samra tried to release it but discovered the mechanism is damaged. Yaman checks the control and releases the board cannot be lowered quickly. The speed board be used is attracted behind the jack but they must close the open decks it reach it. Smoke is spreading and flame has appeared near the rear section. Yaman tells Doga to stay close. She refused to move until Simran joined them. Yaman says Simran planned the kidnapping. Doga replied that she also helped save them and should be left to die. Yaman looked at Simran then agreement. This movement showed that Doga's sense of justice is stronger than revenge. Even after being abducted, she will not hesitate to decide who deserves survival. They move across the decks while pieces of burning material fly around them. A sudden causes the jack to turn sharply. Doga slips but Yaman catches her arm. Samra reaches the failing first and sees that the speedboat has moved symmetric away because the rope is coming loosely. Someone must jump into the water and pull it closer. Yaman prepared to jump but Doga holds his hand. She asks with her there is another way. He asks there is no time. Doga fear become visible. She has only found him and now he is about to appear into dark water. Yaman tells her to trust him. Doga says she already does and that is exactly why she is afraid. Yaman jumps the cold water and rough way make movement difficult. She swims toward the speedboat while Sarma holds the remaining rope. Doga watches, unable to breathe normally. For a moment, Yaman disappears behind a wave. She calls him name with such fear that Samra understands the true depth of their connection. Yaman reaches again and reaches the board. He starts the engine and moves beside the jack. Simra climbs down first. Doga began following, but an explosion shook the deck. The ladder broke, leaving her hanging above the water. Yaman reaches upward but cannot touch her. Flame more closer, he tells her to jump. Doga look at the dark sea and freeze. The kidnapping, drunk smoke and night become too much. Doga says she cannot do it. Yaman tells her to look only at him. He promises he will catch her. She says with her is contained. He says he has never has been more contained of anything. Doga releases the broken leader and jumps. Yaman catches her as boat fell into the lower part of the speedboat. For several seconds, Doga remained in his arms. The yak burned behind them, but the sound seemed distant, and she said with her he is real again. Yaman tells her to stop asking questions and breathe. Doga loved weakly that began crying. The fear she continued finally escaped. Yaman holds her closer and says she is safe. Samram reminds them Muzaffar is still on the yak. Doga asks Yaman to help him. Yaman looks at the growing flame and knowing returning may kill everyone. Samran says her call brother named Muzaffar appears on the deck holding a waterproof bag containing documents. A Part 2B speedboat is blocked by fire. Yaman moves closer and turns Muzaffar to jump. Muzaffar looks at the bag, the turning yak and his sister. For the first time, Revanche no longer appears powerful. He looks like a frightened man who has lost control of everything. Simran begs him to leak the evidence and jump. Muzaffar refused to release the bag. Another explosion threw him against the railing. The document fell into the sea. Muzaffar watches air of evidence disappear beneath the water. His face became empty. Yaman scored that he can still have himself. Muzaffar finally jumped movement before fire reaches the fuel tank. Yaman and Simra pull him into the boat. The main explosion destroyed part of the yak. The speedboat is pushed toward by the force. Burning pieces fell into the sea around them. Yaman examinator way into the yak began shaking. Doga looked back at the flame and realizes how close they come to dying. She then looked at Yaman's injured hand holding the control. The man who wanted to punish her has risked his life not only for her but also for the people who kidnapped her. The Coast Guard reaches them several minutes later. Muzaffar and Simra arrested immediately. Medical workers examined Doga and Yaman. Doga refused to be separated from him until she now he is not seriously injured. Doga said Yaman needed treatment for burn and a deep cut on his hand. Yaman said Doga should be checked away. They began arguing over who need more help, confusing the medical team. Lucy went at the marina with parents, Vera, Brock and several police officers. When the rescue boat arrived, they ran forward. Doga stepped onto the dock and fell into the arm. Lucy apologized repeatedly. Doga tells him they will excuse everything later. Her voice makes it clear that the conversation will not be easy. Varian embraced Doga while Vera began crying with relief. Brock seeing Yaman leaving the boat and spotted him when he nearly fell. Lucy looked toward Yaman. Their eyes met across the crowd. For years, Yaman connected Lucy's family to humiliation and loss. Lucy often viewed Yaman as a difficult man standing between them and his daughter. Now with her cannot when happened, Yaman crossed dangerous water and entered a burning yak to bring Doga home. Lucy approaches and thanks him. Yaman says he did not want everyone would. Though Lucy loved at the injured and implies that this is not true. Many people could call for help, very few would be alone. Yaman does not know how to answer. Doga watches them and sees a small part of the old conflict beginning to change. The police take Muzaffar and Sarma away separately. Before entering the vehicle, Samra tells Doga that someone inside the farm gave them private information. She does not know the person's real name but the private document about Yaman, Lucy and the coastal property. Doga asks for a description. Simra says all communication happened by phone. However, she remembers hearing farm machinery during one call. Yaman hears this and immediately understands that the danger did not begin with two strangers. Someone close to them helped create the attack. The kidnapping over but the conspiracy remains active. He looked around the marina, studying every familiar face. Mark stand near Lucy's lawyer and pretending to be shocked. When he noticed Yaman watching, he quickly looked away. At the hospital, Doga is placed in a private room for observation. A doctor said the drug will leave her body gradually and she shall Lucy warned guard at every turn. Doga said security is not sexy but refused to be treated like a prisoner. Lucy began giving more hands until parents take him outside. She tell him that controlling every detail will not remove his guilt. Yaman received treatment in another room. He tried to leave before the doctor finished, saying he need to speak with the police. Brock stopped him and said the investigation can wait 1 hour. Yaman asked about Doga. Brock says she is safe. Yaman finally said, but their eyes remained fixed on the door. Doga entered a few minutes later. Despite the nurse's objection, she wore a hospital robe and worked slowly. Yaman stand immediately and asked why she left her room. Doga says she wanted to see Victor. He survived his foolish rescue plan. Yaman tell her to return to bed. She says he has no authority over her. Their family argument bring relief to both of them because it proves they are alive. The hammer disappeared when Doga see the burn on his arm. She asked why he did not wait for the coast guard. Yaman said there was no time. Doga asked what happened if he had will kill before reaching her. Yaman replied that he did not consider that responsibility. She said this is not bravery, it is madness. Yaman became frustrated and asked Victor she should prove that he had remained on shore. Doga said she would prove that his value his one life. Yaman answered that he could not stand safety at the marina wood. She was trapped with armed stranger. Doga asked why. The question is simple but it removed every hidden place. Yaman looked away and said everyone at the farm would have received the same help. Doga smiled sadly. She said they almost died together, yet he is still laying. Yaman denying laying. Doga stepped closer and asked Victor he would have closed this sea along of an ordinary customer. He remained silent. Doga tells him that she does not need a dramatic declaration. She only wants honesty. Yaman says honesty is complicated because their conversation began with anger and revenge. He does not know which earlier of them can trust what they feel. Anger so much conflict. Doga replied that fear was the clearest feeling they experienced on the act. She was not afraid only for herself. The moment she said Yaman, she became terrified that Muzaffar would hurt him. Yaman asked why she trusted him to come. Doga said because he always appeared when she needed it. Even while protected, he wanted her gone. She explained that his word often pushes her away. By his action never do. Yaman say action can also come from guilt. Doga asks with her guilt make him jump from a burning yak after saving her. He cannot answer. She touches his injured head carefully. Yaman does not pull away. Doga apologizes for what happened 5 years earlier. She says she has apologized before but she never fully understood the damage until his secret became public. She cannot change the day. She can only show through her future action that she is no longer the same person. Yaman tells her that he cannot someone he did not always respect. He held onto anger because it gave his pain a clear target. Blaming Doga was easier than accepting that one terrible day containing many cases. He used to want to avoid facing his one fear and disappointment. When she arrived at the farm, he said a chain to remind control instead he created new harm. Doga says his action hurt her, but she now understands where they come from. Understanding is not the same as excusing them. Yaman agreed. He does not ask her to forget. He only says he no longer wants their future controlled by an interview for 5 years ago. Doga asks what he means insists. Before he can answer, Lucy enters. Lucy sees their joint hand. Yaman and Doga separate immediately, but the moment is too late. Lucy looks from one to the other, understand more than they wish to explain. He tells Doga that the police need a statement. Yaman offered to leave. Doga asks him to stay, but Lucy says the question involves private family history. Yaman accepts the decision. Although Doga looks disappeared as he reaches the door, Lucy stops him and says they will need his statement later. Yaman leaves. Doga turns toward her father and asks why he removed Yaman. Lucy said the inheritance dispute concerns the earthly family. Doga replied that Yaman nearly died because of it. He has already been into the conflict. Lucy sat beside her and began explaining the old contract. Doga listened without interrupting. When he finished, he asked whether Muzaffar and Samra's father understood that one land payment permanently transferred the land. Lucy said the contract was received by lawyer. Doga said with her disappeared man facing doubt truly an equal power during the negotiation. Doga said business agreement cannot be based only on opposition. Doga replied that the business without humility create enemies. Lucy became defensive and said the land would have been taken by another creditor anyway. He believed that they represent part of the property and protected similar worker. Doga just asked Wixer. The justification helped Muzaffir's father when he died, believing the children's inheritance was stolen. Lucy cannot answer. She tells him the kidnapping was criminal and must be punished. However, punishment will not remove the need to investigate the original agreement. Lucy warned that reopening the case may damage the farm and expose the family publicity. Doga said their reputation is not more valuable than the trust. Lucy asked Wither she is willing to risk everything they have won because of people who earlier killed her. Doga answered that she is willing to risk comfort to prevent another justice. Parian heard the final part of the conversation and spoke Doga. She told Lucy that correcting the part does not mean surrounded. To kidnapper, it means separating their crime from the possible wrong they come beside before it. Lucy feels surrounded and misunderstood, yet he also knows what women are saying. When he was avoided for air outside the hospital room, Yaman found Mark speaking on the phone but earned the call when Yaman apologized. Yaman asked why the crime to the marina before the general farm and are informed. Mert said Lucy correcting him. Yaman asked exactly when. Mert gave him unclear answer. Yaman does not excuse him, but the question makes Mert nervous. Yaman mentioned similar statement about the person who provided information. Mert said written criminal will say anything to reduce punishment. Yaman agreed. The digital records are difficult to destroy completely. Police will recover call, message and payment record. Mer's expression changing for only a second, but Yaman said it. Mer left quickly. Yaman called Brock and asked him to protect the farm's security recording before anyone can delete them. He also asked for records showing who accessed the customer booking system. Brock said only a few managers has punishment. Yaman told him not to trust anyone until the investigation is complete. Later the night, Doga returned to the farm despite Lucy demanded that she stay in the city. She said the hospital released her, and she will not allow the kidnapper to make her afraid of the place she now considers home. Lucy objects, but Parian convinces him that forcing her away will increase her fear. Ex-security guard follow them. The farm worker welcomed Doga with tired and belief. Adil hold her tightly and then avoid her for living with a stranger. Doga accepts the custom because it comes from love. Safi promised that not knowing visitor will enter again without a complete investigation. We are refusing to leave Doga's side. Even the animal scene unusually calm has throughout the interior farm has been waiting for her return. Yaman remains away from the gathering. He watches near from the stable, believing Doga needs her family. Adil finds him and asks why the person who saved her is hiding. Yaman says he does not want attention. Adil replies the attention is not worth return him. He is afraid of what everyone can now see. Yaman asks what she means. Adil tells him he returned to the farm because of Doga. Follow her into the sea, enter a yacht filled with criminals, and still look toward her every few seconds. There is nothing hidden anymore. Yaman says strong concern does not automatically mean love. Adil laughs and says he can trust him whenever would allow him to sleep. Doga noticed Yaman near the stable and worked toward him. The worker was the pretend to continue their conversation. Doga asked why he is standing alone. Yaman says someone need to monitor the property. She points toward the many new guards and saying they are capable of doing that. Yaman replied that he trusts his one eyes. Doga asked Wither the plan to follow her everywhere for a new one. Yaman said it will reduce the number of disasters. She reminded him that they agreed to remain professional and distant. Yaman said the agreement has been created before he is kidnapped by fake customer. Doga asked where a kidnapping automatically cancelled. Business ruler, she say extraordinary event require new rules. She tell him there will be no value rule unless they make them together. Yaman began arguing but then stopped her wild affair. He asked why she proposed it. Doga say customer investigation should become stronger. Security procedure should be updated. And no employee should attend an off-site meeting alone. This rule should apply to everyone, not only her. Yaman agreed Doga that and on personal rule, Yaman must not risk his life without informing everyone. He said emergency do not allow long discussion. She replied that sending a location take only second. Yaman angry. Recently, he asked whether she has a personal rule for herself. Doga says she will listen what his suspicion is supporting by real evidence. She will not obey every warning simply because he gives an order. Yaman accepts his compromise. Their conversation between the first decision they make has equal. Neither control the other about admit mistake and create a software system. This practical argument crying more emotional meaning than a romantic speed because it showed that the relationship can grow beyond conflict. Doga said whether Yaman truly believed she was responsible for every part even in his life. He said there was a time when he did. She asked why he believed. Now Yaman looked toward the field and same people sometimes choosing a single and miss before uncertainly is harder to carry. Doga faces the problem of a painful period but she was never the interior case. She asked whether he still hated her. Yaman turned toward her. The answer is visible before he speaks. He said it would be much easier. Doga smiled because she understands. She asked when the difficult feeling his side called. Yaman says she asked too many questions. Doga tells him she nearly dead and has at least one honest answer. Yaman stepped closer for a moment. It seemed he may finally confess. Insists Broker from the main building. He has found something important in the security record. Yaman and Doga exchanged a frustrated look, then worked toward the officer together. Brock showed them that someone used mud across court to elude Doga's schedule. Lucy visit and the marina booking. The records were partly deleted, but the backup system prevents the authority. Mark claims someone stole his password. Yaman asks why the named document account download all property file. Mark says he has no explanation. Doga wants to confront him immediately, but Yaman stops her. He stated they need stronger proof before Mark releases how much they know. Doga disliked waiting, yet she accepted the reasoning. They decided to act normally while quietly investigated his contract. This became their first secret mission together. The police later confirmed that Muzaffar received several anonymous payment and digital documents. The sender used false account but one transaction password. A company connected to a planned purchase of farm shared this information linked the kidnapping to the dispute involving Nasrin and Safid. Yaman suspects someone want to create choice, reduce the farm value and purchase the land cheaply. Doga flees. The attack may not have been only about all rewind. Muzaffar anger was real, but someone person geared it toward a larger business purpose. The kidnapper believed they were fighting Lucy while someone else used them to weaken everyone. The hidden enemy may have expected the Yeek fire to kill Muzaffar. Samra and Doga destroy about witness and evidence. The idea changing the meaning of the rescue. Doga was not simply taken for random. She may have placed inside a plate designed to end with her death. Yaman believed more determined to keep her near him. Doga sees the fearing returning to his face and tell him not to close himself behind control again. They will find the trust together. Mert meets secretly with Nisrin that night. He is accusing her of using his account to access the file. Nisrin says she only wanted information that would help see the share. She denies knowing about the kidnapping. Mert says someone connected their financial plan to Muzaffar revenge. Nisrin becomes frightened and says they must send every agreement immediately. A third person called Mar during the meeting. The voice called them not to panic and said the Yak fire removed most of the evidence. Mar replied that Muzaffar and Samra received. The caller becomes silent, then ordered him to learn when they told the police. This confirmed that the true planner remained free. The following morning, Lucy prepared to leave for the city. He tells Doga that he will review the inheritance document and consider a fair solution. Doga asks whether this is a sincere promise of an attempt to claim her. Lucy says he cannot enter the past, but he can stop pretending it has no consequence. Parent preference has forced him to face part of himself he avoided before leaving. Lucy speaks privately with Yaman. He said Doga has always been brave, but someone mistake bravery of instability. Yaman noticed say he has noticed. Lucy asked him to protect her. Yaman replied that Doga does not need another man making decisions for her. She needs people who respect her choices and tell her the truth. Lucy is surprised by the answer. Yaman promised he will stand beside her, but he will not become another person around her life. Lucy said this sounds like more than professional responsibility. Yaman does not deny it. He only says the situation between them is complicated. Lucy answered that important relationships usually are. This is the first time they speak without all anger. Lucy now Yaman carries pain connected to his family. Yaman, now Lucy has made serious moral mistake. Neither man suddenly trusts the other. However, both love Doga in different way and their shared concern creating a beginning. After Lucy leaves, Doga finds Yaman repairing the speedboard. During the rescue, the damaged board was returned to the farm for inspection. Doga asks why he is working when his heart is injured. Yaman says repairing machine help him think. She sits nearby and watching silently. Yaman asks with her she is frightened by the board. Doga admits the injury should like began when memory of the kidnapping. It offered to move it away. She said no, avoiding the sound will only give it more power. She wants to remain until her fear becomes smaller. Yaman understands because he has spent years avoiding place and memory connected to his one accident. He starts the injury gently. Doga body becomes tense but she remains seated. Yaman tells it off and asks with her she wants to step. She saying she wants to try again. The second time she moved closer to the board. The third time she placed a hand on the side. Yaman does not praise her and treat her as a fragile. Her simply remain present. Doga tell him this is how she should have ended his one pain. Instead of planning revenge, he could have faced the memory slowly. Yaman say he does not have someone patient enough to sit beside him. Doga replied that he does not now. The work create another quiet moment between them. Yaman asks with her she is making a promise. Doga says she is offering a possibility. Trust must be rebuilt and neither of them can resist that process. Yaman agrees. He tells her he will not be demand forgiveness simply because he saved her. Doga says she will not use graduate to hide from her real feeling either. Their hand meet on the edge of the board. This time neither move away. The connection is calm and depleted unlike the disappeared closeness during the rescue. Yaman looked at her and said the professional distance rule is becoming difficult to follow. Doga answered that it was his rule, not her. He asked when rule she choices. Doga said honesty even when the trust is uncomfortable. Doga said complete honesty may cause new problem. She replied the hidden trust have caused enough danger. He cannot disagree. Yaman being by admitting that he thought he lost her before reaching the yak. During this moment, he understood that revenge has become meaningless long away. He had continued using her protection because accepting last war more frequent. Doga listened without interrupting. He does not make a perfect declaration. His words are uncertain and sometimes incomplete, yet the meaning is clear. Doga has become important to him in a way he cannot control. He worries when she is absent, notices when she is pretending to be strong, and false clamor she is there. He did not know whether the history allowed them is easy future. But he no longer wanted to lie about the present. Doga tell him she feels the same confession. She remember every cruel argument and every moment he tried to punish her. She also remember every time he protecting the worker, defending the farm and help her when no one was watching. The man she first say and the man she now are difficult. Perhaps why version exists inside him just as a careless young woman and responsible knew Doga about exists inside her. Yaman asked with her that means she forgive him. Doga said forgiveness is not one moment. It will happen through a decision made every day. He must trust her, respect her work and stop using silence as a weapon. She must listen, accept responsibility and stop turning away mourning into a personal attack. Yaman said this sound like a different argument. Doga smiled and said he has never trusted easy things. Before they can move closer, Adil called them for breakfast. Doga left at the interruptions. Yaman looked annoying but Adil watched from a distance with clear satisfaction. She now they did not need a dramatic case to change their honesty. Word I have already opened a door neither can easily close. At breakfast, the farm appears united but hidden danger remained. Mud watches Yaman and Doga conveniently quickly. He understands that separating them will now be harder. Nisi received another message from an annoying number warning her not to cancel the share. Said someone wait in police custody. Decided with her to reveal something she remembered. Lucy began searching all records that may expose business crime far larger than one irritation. Muzaffar refused to cooperate with investigators. He continued blaming Lucy and said the jagged fire destroyed his one evidence. However, Doga remembered the waterproof bag falling into the sea. The Coast Guard may recover it because the documents are completely damaged. If these papers survive, they could reveal the true ownership history and the identity of the personal who pushes Muzaffar through violence. The story is therefore no longer only about a kidnapping. It has become a battle over land, family power, and hidden betrayal. Doga is so close to one danger that opens similar other. Someone hired the farm, helped the criminal, someone wanted the evidence destroyed, someone is still watching Yaman and Doga while planning the next move. Duganin Kanuno Section 1 Yaman Pass is exposed and Doga faces a greater danger. The story of Duganin Kanuno is moving into a much more serious state. Until now, the relationship between Yaman and Doga has been built through argument, misunderstanding, pride, revenge, and attraction. They have often believed like two people who cannot remain in the same place without starting a fight. However, behind their anger stronger, much stronger that slowly have been developing. They may not be ready to call it love, but their feeling has already started controlling their decision. Yaman tried to remain distant, yet he cannot ignore Doga when she is in trouble. Doga continued challenging him, but she also has been begun to understand the pain behind his hand behavior. The new episode will test this connection in the most dangerous way possible. The usual battle of world will be replaced by a real fight for survival, and Yaman may finally understand that losing Doga will come hurt him more than anyone that happened in this past. The later development began with Yaman facing the consequence of a trust he wanted to keep hidden for years. He called the memory of humiliation, disappointment, the pain alone, the terrible day connected to his job interview, changing the direction of his life. He was one a quiet and hopeful young engineer who believed that hard work could open every door. He entered the interview expected a fair change, but he left with his confidence destroyed. Doga's careless behavior became connected in his mind to everyone that followed, even that she did not understand the damage she has caused. Yama remembered every detail. This is memory become a wolf first that never fully filled. 5 years later, when Doga entered his life again, he said the perfect opportunity to make her experience the helplessness he had once felt. His revenge appeared simple at first, but emotion everything complicated. The woman he wanted to punish was not exactly the person he remembered. Doga's discovery of human past had changed the balance between them. Before learning the truth, she believed that his anger was unreasonable. She thought he was simply arrogant, difficult, and determined to control her. She could not understand when every small mistake created such a strong reaction in him. The trust has even not grown her a difficult view. For the first time, she can look at Yaman not only as a powerful owner of the farm, but also as a young man who once walked away from the interview feeling completely broken. They understand do not remove her responsibility, but it allows her to see the human story behind each one. Instead of immediately defending herself, Doga has started thinking about how her action affected it. This is an emotional story, important change, but because the old Doga rarely stopped to consider the hidden pain of another person. Yaman, however, does not know how to react to her new attitude. Anger was easier for him. When Doga fought with him, he could fight back. When she insulted his decision, he could remind himself that she was still the same selfish woman from the past. But her sympathy make him uncomfortable. He does not want her pity. He does not want to become weak in her eyes. More importantly, he does not want her to discover that his feelings are no longer based only on everyone. The more gently Doga treated her, the harder it become for Yaman to protect the wall. Against his art, he may claim that he only wants a professional relationship, but his actions continue to reveal something else. His eyes follow her whenever she enters a room. He notices when she is worried, tired, or frightened. Even during their worst argument, they remain aware of her safety. After this secret is revealed, Yaman is expected to return to the farm under secret condition. He wanted his connection with Doga to remain professional and distant. This distance sounds sensible, but it will be extremely difficult for both of them to follow. The farm is not as an office where they can avoid each other by choosing separated lots. Their lives are connected through daily work, family problems, financial decisions, and the need of the people around them. Doga will continue trusting new idea and Yaman will continue coasting with her. This is idea belong in the world he was born. Every disagreement will bring them face to face. Every quiet moment will bring them of things they are trying not to save. Their promise to remain distant basically increase the tension because both of them will become more aware of every look and every accidental touch. Yaman return will also show that leaving the farm was never a real solution. The farm is more than a business to him. It represents the life he created after losing his old drama. He built his strength there. He becomes respected there. The land gave him a new identity when the professional world had rejected him. Walking away because of Doga would mean allowing the past of defect him again. Yaman cannot accept that. He may return while pretending that Doga made nothing to him, but the decision will actually prove that he refuses to lose everything he has built. The farm is his home, his responsibility and the place where is learned to survive. Even if Doga has brought discovered into the peaceful world, she has also brought energy, new possibilities and feeling Yaman though he had buried forever. Doga will probably accept Yaman's condition, at least in front of him. She may tell him that she has no interest in discussing personal matters. She may promise to focus early only on the farm. Yet Doga is not someone who can easily ignore emotional questions. She understands that human behavior comes from an old injury. She will want to ignore more. She will wonder why he never told her the truth earlier. She will ask herself whether his revenge was only about the interview or whether other person used the damage to this future. She may also begin questioning her father. Lucy also returned made major decisions without fully explaining his reason. If his business will play a role in Yaman's suffering, Doga will not remain silent. Her loyalty to her father is strong, but she has started building independent senses of right and wrong. The emotional conflict will take place while the fair welcome into new customer. Muzaffar and Sarma. After that, the fight at first, their rival may appear to a positive business communicated. Doga has been trying to prove that her modern idea can bring new customers and new income, convincing an important couple to visit the farm, see like others successful for her. She may proudly introduce them to the property, explain the available survive and show how the nature environment can offer a peaceful escape from city life. Because she wants the business to grow, she may ignore small warning signs. Muzaffar and Sarma will know how to behave like ordinary client. They will ask the right questions, show interest in the farm, and possibly pride Doga plan. Their friendly behavior will be a carefully designed performance. Behind that, the performance is a danger reserved for everyone. Muzaffar and Sarma believe that the Lucy took control of the night and that belonging to their father. In their mind, they are not entering the farm as criminals. They may believe they are correcting as an injustice. People driven by revenge often create a story in which every cruel act becomes acceptable. They convince themselves that the person who hurt them deserves to suffer. Yaman 1 followed to similar emotional part. He belonged Doga deserved punishment because of the damage connected to her past behavior. This great and interesting parallel. Yaman's revenge was personal and controlled, while the new enemy are prepared to the kidnapping and violence. Their action may force Yaman to see how easily pain can turn a person into someone dangerous. The real question is whether Muzaffar and Sarma claim about Lucy is true. Lucy is presented as a powerful businessman who is used to controlling situation. He loves his daughter, but he does not always explain his business decision. It is possible that the Knighton dispute contains a hidden trust. Perhaps Lucy did not directly steal anything, but he may also gain control of property through a legal agreement that destroy another family. He may see it as business while Muzaffar and Sarma see it as thief. Another possibility is that someone else manipulated the situation and allowed them to blame Lucy. The series may slowly reveal that the conflict is more complicated than it first appeared. Muzaffar and Sarma may have real reason for their anger, but this reason cannot justify placing Doga's life in danger. When the sudden danger arrives, Yaman may notice something usual because everyone else his experience has made him caution. He studies people quietly and pay attention to detail Doga often misses. Perhaps Muzaffar will ask too many questions about Lucy's schedule. Perhaps Sarmas will appear more interesting in the society of the farm that it survives. It might look at each other whenever Lucy's name is mentioned. Doga anger to prove her success. may dismiss Yaman's concern. This could create another argument between them. She may accuse him of trying to damage their project because he cannot accept that she brought vulnerable customers. Yaman may respond that she trusts people too easily. Neither of them will realize how easily the danger has already become. Such a disagreement would be especially painful because Doga has recently tried to understand Yaman. She may expect him to show the same trust toward her. If he questions her judging in front of new clients, she could feel that he is returning to old controlling behavior. Yaman, on the other hand, may be genuinely worried but unable to explain his feeling without sounding jealous or suspicious. Their greatest problem has always been communication. They often hide concern behind anger. Instead of saying, I am afraid something may happen to you, Yaman say, you have no idea what you are doing. Instead of saying, I want you to respect my ability, Doga says, you are only trying to control me. Their work creates distance even when their emotions are bringing them closer. Muzaffar and Sarma uses attention to their advantage. Criminal plans succeed more easier when the people around the target are divided. They may encourage Doga to believe that Yaman does not respect her. They might complain about his behavior and ask to date only with her because Doga wants to demonstrate independence. She could agree. This would allow them to separate her from the people who could protect her. Sabnam may present herself as a friendly woman who understand Doga frustration. She could speak gently other fast sport and make Doga feel safe. Meanwhile, Muzaffar may study the farm access, vehicle boat and communication system. Every friendly conversation may add another step in their plan. This true target is Lucy, but they understand that Doga is his greatest weakness. Lucy may survive financial loss or public humiliation, but he cannot climb can when his daughter is eaten. The kidnapper, knowing that taking Doga will give that complete power over him, they more damage money paid and document or a public confession. Their goal could be more emotional than financial. Perhaps they want Lucy to admit when Lucy to their father. Perhaps they want him to experience that fear their family once experienced. They may believe that Doga kidnapping will force him to understand their suffering. Yet by using as an innocent person they repeat the same injustice. They climb to opposite. The kidnapper is likely to begin quietly. Doga may be meeting the sport client away from the busiest area of the farm. Summer night also asks her to inspect a private location or discuss a special event near the coast. Musashi could protect that something is wrong with the booking or board arrangement. When Doga is separated from the other, they may use a drug to make her inconsequent. The official information indicates that the group will case her to lose clarity before taking her away. This means she may have very little opportunity to fight back. The scene could become frightened because Doga is usually full of energy and control. Watching her suddenly because helpless will change the tone of the story. Before using consequence, Doga may lead that Doga was right to be suspicious. She might see her weapon. Here Muzaffar mentioned her father or notice some more friendly experience disappear. Her first intent may be reach her phone. She may attempt to send Yaman a message but before completing it. Perhaps she will leave behind a small clue without knowing whether everyone will find it. A drop blanket, a damaged shoes, or an unfinished voice recording could later guide Yaman. Doga is something careless, but she is not weak during even a frightened situation. She may try to create evidence of where she has been taken. Yaman will probably be the first person to sense that something is wrong. He now Doga habit better than he admit. If he fails to return at the expected time, others may believe she changing her plan without informing them. Yaman will not accept that explanation. He may remember that the strange behavior of the new customer and immediately searches the place they visited. Their failure will appear in anger. He will question the worker and inspect the vehicle and demanding to know how last see her. People around him may be shocked by the intensity of his reaction. Until this moment, Yaman has tried to convince everyone that he wants distance from Doga. His public will reveal that his feeling and far deeper than professional concern. The victory that Doga has been taken will destroy Yaman's emotional control. He has spent years believing that he can protect himself by accepting the worst become from people, but no count of question can prepare him for the possibility that Doga may be killed. He may blame himself for allowing Muzaffar and Simmer to remain at the farm. He may remember every warning. He failed to explain that every argument that pushing Doga away from him. Guilt will mix with fear. The old pain from his accident may return because one return Doga princess will come connected to a life-changing disaster. This time, however, he will not see her as a case. He will see her as a person he must save. Human searching could lead him toward the cause. Perhaps he will discover tired, muscularity, forted or information from someone who sees the kidnapper moving Doga. The farm connection to the sea will become important. When he learned that the group had taken her to a yacht, he will not wait for permission for a complete rescue team. Yaman is the kind of person who acts when someone he loves is in danger. He may contact the police, but he will also understand that official action can take time. The kidnapper could move the yacht or harm Doga if they acted not authority approaching. Yaman will therefore take a boat and follow them himself. The decision will disappointment about his courage and his recklessness. A sensible person will wait for trained officer, but Yaman's emotional state will make waiting impossible. He will imagine Doga waking up alone among armed strangers. Every second will feel dangerous. He may take a weapon for some equipment, but they will mainly depend on surprise and determination. The journey across the water could become one of the most dramatic scenes of the episode. The sea, usually connected to peace and natural beauty, will become dark and threatening. Yaman loss will cut through the way as he moves toward the yacht, and contained with her he will arrive in time. Meanwhile, Doga may regain consciousness inside the yacht. He will confess at first, struggling to remember how she arrived there. Her head may feel heavy, but her hand may be tired. When she recognizes Muzaffar and Sarma, she will understand that their interest in the farm was false. Her fear will be real, but she will probably refuse to show weakness. Doga often responds to danger with anger. She may demanding an explanation and warn that their father will find her. The kidnapper may then reveal the story of their family inheritance. For the first time, Doga could hear association about Lucy that she had never heard before. Their conversation may create a difficult emotional moment. Doga now her father is capable of feeding information. She has challenging many of the decisions, but also believe in his love. When Muzaffar claimed that Lucy destroyed their family, Doga may now, whenever she story is completely false, she could ask for evidence. Sarna may use her old document, photograph, or letter connected to their father, even if the information is incomplete. It may create doubt in her mind. Doga could begin wondering whether her comfortable childhood was built partly on another family loss. However, she will also make it clear that kidnapping about cannot create justice. She may tell them that if Lucy communicated a crime, they could expose him publicly or take legal action later than hurting her. Muzaffar may respond that powerful people like Lucy cannot be defected through normal system. He may describe air of failed attempt to recover the property. Perhaps lawyer refused to help. Perhaps important document disappear. Perhaps their father died while still fighting to case. Whenever every detail is true or not, Muzaffar Gain may appear genius. This would make him a more complex enemy. He will not be a criminal who harms people only for money. He would be a damaged man who has allowed grief to destroy his moral limits. Sivna may be dangerous more because she appears claim she could behave that emotional suffering is not enough. And the Lucy must lose something vulnerable. Doga may try to use their emotional against them. She could promise to speak to her father and investigate the inheritance. She may say that keeping her alive, giving them a chance to be here, while killing her only the turned man into murder. Her ability to speak confidently may delay their pain, yet the kidnapper will not trust her easily. They know she is Lucy's daughter and may assume she will protect him when she is safe. One of them could begin doubting the plan while the other become more violent. This agreement could create the opening Doga need to escape. At the farm, Lucy will receive the ransom message. The movement will likely destroy his visible confidence. Lucy is due to giving order and believing he can solve every problem with money and influence. Seeing proof that his daughter is in the hand of dangerous people will make him feel powerless. The kidnapper may send a photograph or short video of Doga. They may demand when they transfer money, sign property document, or arrive at the specific location alone. Lucy's face may reveal that he recognizes the name Muzaffar and Sabra or understand what they mention in items. His action could confirm that there is some trust. Behind their association, parents may be present when the message arrives. Their old love has recently started returning, creating warmth in a story filled with conflict. This kidnapping could become then even closer. Parents now Lucy beyond his public image. She may recognize when he is hiding guilt, insist of allowing her to act without thinking. She could ask him to explain everything about the inheritance. Lucy may inheritance refuse because they believe there is no time. Parents must insist that something understand the kidnapper. History is necessary to save Doga. Their conversation could reveal an old decision that Lucy has rigged for heir. Lucy may explain that the property did not originally belong to him, but they acquired it during a financial crisis. Muzaffar and Sabnam's father may have signed an agreement without understanding its full consequence. Perhaps Lucy followed the love but ignored the human cause. They would fit his character. They may see himself as a thief because every paper was legally signed, yet legal ownership and normal fairness are not always the same. Lucy could have used his business knowledge against a disappeared man. The inheritance may therefore has been obtained through a legal process that still feel like robbery or a family. Such a revelation will create a strong theme. A person can obey written rule while still facing deep injustice. Another possibility is that Lucy tried to protect the property temporarily, but someone changed the agreement. Mart or another person connected to the farm could have hidden documents. The continued planning involving the farmland secret, their similar character have financial interests. Mart has been working toward his one goal, while Nasrin has considered selling Saphir's share. The kidnapper may connect when this is with their business conflict. Muzaffar and Sarma could be acting alone, or they might have received information from someone who was Lucy weakened. If the enemy inside the family helped them enter the farm, the danger will continue even if after Doga is issued. Nasrin rule may become particularly suspicious. He decided to control towards sales share could place her near important documents. She may know more about the farm history than she has admitted. It is possible that she did not advance the kidnapper but unknowing gave information to the wrong person. She could have discussed the land with Mart, who then allowed the tale to reach Muzaffar. The series may use the new crisis to bring become business deal onto the open. While Yaman fight to save Doga physically, the people at the farm will become fighting over possibility for allowing the question to happen. Mart could attempt to use the kidnapping for his own benefit. If Lucy is forced to transfer property, the ownership structure of the farm may change. Mart may pretend to help while quality protected his plan, yet he may be careful because my connection to the kidnapper make him responsible for serious crime. He may not have expected Doga to be harmed. Sometimes a character began with financial manipulation and later discovered that the people he connected are more dangerous than expected. If Mart supplies information without understanding the full plan, he may now face a choices between confessing and allowing the danger to continue. While this is secret developed on land, Yaman will approach the jack. The kidnapper may believe no one has followed them. Their attraction will be forced on Lucy's response. They give Yaman changing to climb abroad without being seen. They could so show his practical skill and thinking. Although he is emotionally disappeared, he cannot save Doga by acting without a plan. He may stop his boat at a distance, enter the water and swim toward the jack. The sound of the sea will hide his movement. When abroad, he will searching carefully, listening for Doga choices. Yaman's presence may be discovered before he reaches her. Member of the group could notice water on the deck or hear movement. A physically fight may allow. Yaman is strong, but he will be outnumbered and operating in one unsafe. He will not use his full force if doing Doga at risk. Muzaffar may return to hurt her. If Yaman does not surrender, the situation will force Yaman to control his anger. He may allow himself to be captured so he can remain close to Doga. This will show how completely his priorities have changed. The man who once wanted against her now places it one life in danger. To keep her alive, Doga's attention to seeing Yaman will be important. Her first feeling may be belief, following by anger that he come alone. She now he could be killed. Even while tied up, she might tell him that his decision was foolish. Yaman may reply with his coldness, pretending that saving her is only his responsibility as the farm owner. Neither of them will believe that explanation. Their eyes will reveal everything they would avoid in a moment of extreme danger. Their contest argument may become a train from a comfort. Hearing Yaman familiar voices will remind Doga that she is no longer alone. The kidnapper may use Yaman to increase pressure on Lucy. They could send a second message showing that another person has been captured. Lucy may not immediately understand why Yaman risks himself. Arian, however, could recognize the reason. She may tell Lucy that Yaman loved Doga even if he has not admitted it. Lucy's feeling about this will be complicated. He has seen Yaman and Doga fight constantly. He may consider Yaman unsuitable because of their history, but he cannot ignore a man who crosses the sea. To save his daughter, the crisis could change Lucy's opinion of Yaman more than any polite conversation even could. On the yacht, Yaman and Doga may find a moment to speak quietly while the kidnapper agrees. Doga could apologize for the pain she years ago. She may explain that was immature and did not understand how deeply her word affected him. Yaman might refuse to discuss it, saying that the past no longer mattered, but the fact that he come for will her prove that he was the one sending him. He finally admit that he never expected to care about her. He wanted to teach her a lesson, yet she became part of his life in a way he could not control. He might not say the love word, but his fear of losing her will make the meaning clear. Doga may confessing that learning his secret changing how she sees him. She might say that she is no longer want to win every argument. He wants to understand him, but he continues pushing her away. Yaman could respond that the distance is offered. Doga may challenging this idea by pointing out that the distance did not protect either of them. They are now travel on the same yacht because Yaman was unable to remain away from her. The danger will strip away their usual excuses. They may realizing that pretending not to care has become more painful than accepting the trust. Their emotional conversation could be interrupted when Muzaffar announces that Lucy has refused or delayed the comment. Tension will rise quickly. Samra may accuse Lucy of violating property more than his daughter. Muzaffar could decide that threats are no longer enough. They may prepare to harm Yaman first, believing that Doga will conspire her father to cooperate. This will place Yaman in immediately danger. Doga may try to protect him by claiming that he means nothing to her, but her panic will expose the lie. The kidnapper may understand that Yaman is emotionally important to her. Yaman could then create a distraction, perhaps the value notice, emergency equipment, or an unlocked door. He may provoke Muzaffar into coming closer, allowing him to attack. Doga might him to knowing something over or feeling one of her hand. Their success will depend on cooperation. In normal situations they complete, but danger will force trust to each other without discussion. Yaman may tell her to run while she refuses to leave him. Their reversal will matter. Earlier Yaman come because he could not abandon Doga. Now Doga may risk her escape because she cannot abandon him. The fight could move across the yacht as the water and sea become more dangerous. A vegan may fail to the deck. Someone could accidentally damage the control. The jack may begin moving without direction or approaching rock. This would explain why Yaman and Doga faces a threat to bout their life even when he reaches her. The danger may not come only before the kidnapper. A fire, fuel leak, damage, injury, or loss of control could turn the yacht itself into a trap. Yaman will need two choices between casing Muzaffar and protected Doga. If Samra begins to regret the plan, she may help them at a critical moment. She could reveal where a key is hidden or warn them about an explosive device. Her decision may come after seeing that Muzaffar is ready to kill innocent people. Revenge may have brought her to the yacht, but murder could be a line she cannot cross. The world create conflict between the two kidnappers and give Yaman another chance. However, Samra Hell would not erase her responsibility even if he changing her mind, but she planned Toga abandons. Muzaffar may become increasingly unstable as his plan fail. He had probably spent a year imagining the moment when Lucy will finally suffer. If Lucy refuses to respond as expected, Muzaffar entire belief system may collapse. He could blame Doga, Yaman, or even Simran. A separated man with losing nothing left to lose is extremely dangerous. He may attempt to seek the yak rather than surrender. The threat could force Yaman and Doga to jump into the sea. This will create another visually powerful sequence and leave their fact uncurtained until the final minute. Yaman's past accident could affect him during the issue. If water, darkness, or injury connected to his earlier trauma, the main really freeze. Doga, who once unknowingly contributed to his warped memory, could become the person who helped him overcome it. She may call his name, hold his hand, or remind them they must survive together. They will transform their relationship instead of being the symbol of his pain. Noga will become part of his healing. Yaman will no longer see her only through the image of the careless young woman from 5 years earlier. The issue may end with Yaman pulling Doga from the water or crying her to safety. When the danger presses, the emotional they control will finally break free. Doga could hold him tightly, too shaken to speak. Yaman may separate to remain calm, but then embrace her with equal forces. Everyone around them will understand what his reaction means. There will be no room left for climb or professional distance. A man does not risk everything and then hire someone that because of a business responsibility their feeling will become visible even if they are still avoiding naming them. Lucy Junior Vildoga will also be emotional. He may blame himself for the kidnapping because it resulted from his past business dealing. Doga could demanding the complete trust. He will not accept it. Another plain explanation. The kidnapper may change the way she sees her father. She still loves him, but love cannot continue without honesty. Lucy might decide whether to protect his reputation or rebuild his daughter's trust if he truly wrongs Muzaffar and Sarma family. He may need to return property or offer public compensation. Simply punishing the kidnapper will not solve the original injustice. Yaman could supporting Doga during this conversation, but he may also understand Lucy's position better than she expects. Yaman now how revenge can take control of a person. He may see that Lucy should connect may any wrong action while also making it clear that Muzaffar violence cannot be accused. This balanced response could surprise Doga. She may accepted Yaman to use this situation as another reason to attack her family. Instead, he may show maturity by separating justice from revenge. His one experience has taught him that hurting innocent people does not repair the past. The kidnapping may therefore because the moment when Yaman finally abandons his revenge completely. Until now, part of him has continued holding Doga responsible. He may have suffered, but the old story will influence his behavior. Watching Muzaffar can use Doga as a weapon against Lucy will show Yaman how unfair it is to punish one person or another person's action. Doga made mistake, but she did not deserve air of hatred, just as she does not deserve to be a kidnapping because of floaty decision. She did not deserve every punishment Yaman planned because of one careless day. This realization could lead to a sincere apology from Yaman. He may tell them that his pain was real but that his response was wrong. He used at the farm and their working relationship to control her. He assumed she had not changed because believing that made revenge ulcer. Doga may accepted his apologies while also taking responsibility for her earlier quality. The relationship can only move forward. It about admit the trust. Neither of bout is completely innocent, but neither is defined forever by their world decision. The revealed relationship between Lucy and Parian will provide a softer, emotional, angry story beside the danger. Their unfinished love suggested that the past does not always have to remain broken. Air may pass, people make mistakes, and life may separate them, but a connection can return when honesty replaces pride. Their story reflects what many happened between Yaman and Doga about couple are crying all round. Both must decide whether to protect themselves through distance or risk being hurt again. Parents may encourage Lucy to stop controlling every outcome and speak honestly with the people he loves. Parents could also become an important guide for Doga. After the kidnapping, Doga may struggle with fear even she pretends to be fine. She might have nightmare because uncomfortable around a stranger or feel angry at herself for trusting Muzaffar and Samran. Yaman may want to protect her constantly, but too much protection could make her feel trapped. Parents may help him understand that Doga needs support and control. She could tell him to remain close without making decisions for her. This is the reason Yaman must learn if the relationship is to become healthy. Brock and Vera growing closeness may be affected by the crisis as well. Watching Yaman risk his life for Doga could forces Brock to think about his one feeling. He may relate that waiting too long, to be honest, can create regret. Villa, however, may question whether his interests are serious or only a reaction to the emotional atmosphere. This story can provide lighter moment after the kidnapping, but it may also repeat the largest theme of fear and honesty. Every relationship on the farm is being tested by the difference between what people feel and what they are willing to admit. Suffocation and the sheer selling conflict will continue creating instability. Nassim may see the kidnapping has proved that the farm has become dangerous and use it to explore sealing the share. Suffolk may disagree, believing that abandoning the farm after a crisis will reward the priests and try to awaken them. The argument could become more personal. Nisri may be motivated by money, fear, or a secret agreement. Suffolk may discover that the decision made in his name without his full knowledge. The kidnapping could therefore expose not only Lucy's part but also crime betrayal inside the family. Doga business idea made temporary loss important after her issue, but she will not abandon them forever. The attack may eventually make her more determined to prove that the farm can changing without losing its value. Her recent plan to develop the beach created tension between modern business matter and the tradition of the local community. She has learned that change cannot be forced simply because an idea looks perfectable. She must listen to the people, love life, are connected to the land. Yemen in return must accept that protection condition does not mean rejected every new idea. Their professional partnership could become stronger after the crisis. Yemen understands the land, the worker and the local culture. Doga understands branding, customer experience and modern business opportunity. Separately bought and limited by pride, together they could create someone successful. The kidnapping may teach them that the concept combinations make them vulnerable. If they share information and trust each other's strength, they can protect the farm for financial and physical threat. However, love will not immediately solve their problem. Yaman may become even more protected after almost losing Doga. He could insist on stronger security distance her movement to allow her whether she meet a new client. Doga will understand his fear for a short time, but she will eventually challenge him. She does not want to move from being her father protected Doga being Yaman protected partner. She wants a relationship based on respect. Yaman must learn that loving someone does not mean removing everything from their life. It means standing beside them, allowing them to make choices. Doga may also become afraid of her one emotion during the kidnapping. She will use how important Yaman has become to her once she is safe. She may try to dismiss this feeling as a result of trauma. She could say that everyone feels grateful toward the receiver. Yet her connection to Yaman began long alone because the yak, this agreement, jealousy, hidden concern and moment of trust has been reading that word love. The crisis will only make the trust possible to ignore Doga may confessing her feeling to Vera before she can speak to Yaman directly. Vera could tease her, reminding her how often she climbed to hate it. Doga may insist that Yaman is still impossible, rude and controlling. Vera might answer that none of this is complete. Explain why Doga becomes jealous whenever another woman approaching him. Their conversation could offer Amar after the serious event. Doga may finally admit that she likes him but has no idea what to do with that feeling. She knows their history is complicated. Knowing Yaman means trusted a man who once plans against her. Yaman could have a similar conversation with someone at the farm. He may deny began in love and claimed that any responsible person would have attempted the issue. The other character could point out that he did not behave that like a responsible manager. He believed like a terrified man protected the most important person in his life. Yaman may anger because the statement is true. He is comfortable solving practical problems but not emotional ones. He can repair equipment, manage land, and face criminals. Yet a simple, honest conversation with Doga frightened him. A first private meeting because Yaman and Doga after the issue may because be quiet and uncomfortable. They will have many things to say but no clear beginning. Doga could thank him. Yaman may respond that thanks are unnecessary. She might ask when he come after her loan. He told her that was no time. She may then ask whether he could have done the same for everyone else. Yaman will hesitate and that silence will become an answer. Instead of forcing a confession, Doga may smile and leave, allowing him and remain with the trust. Later might Yaman find her near the field of the coast. The natural setting has always reflected their emotional journey. The open land represents honesty, while the city represents performance and social expectation. Away from the family, Yaman may finally speak. He could say that once he realized she was missing, every past argument became meaningless. He did not think about revenge, pride, or the rule he had created. He thought only about reaching her before it was too late. This may be the closest he come to declaring love. Doga may answer that she felt safe the moment she sat on the jack, even though they were still surrounded by danger. She still admitted that he frightened her because trusting another person, giving the person the power to hurt him. Yaman now the farewell. His entire personality was built around avoiding emotional dependence. Their sacred fear could become the foundation or a most honest honesty. They don't need to promise happiness. They only need to agree that they will stop using anger to ride everyone real. Just when they seem ready to move closer, another secret may interrupt them. The Nightingale story may reveal a connection between Yaman family and Lucy business. Perhaps the property taken from Muzaffir's father later become part of the land Yaman managed. If Yaman learned that his success is linked to an unfair deed, he will face a moral crisis. He has always seen the farm as proof that he has rebuilt his life through honest work. Discovering corruption beneath the foundation will threaten his identity. Lucen may ask Yaman to keep the trust private to protect the farm. Doga, however, may demand transparency. They could place Yaman between the woman he loves and the future of the worker who depend on the land. Returning the disputed property might damage many innocent family familiar. Refusing to address the past would continue any injustice. This series could develop into this major conflict extending beyond the kidnapper. Muzaffar and Sarma may be arrested, but the question they raise will remain. The stronger direction for this story would be to show Yaman choosing justice without destroying the farm. He could investigate the original agreement, identify the exact property involved, and propose a situation that recognizes the family right if Muzaffar is willing to be hidden after his arrest. Yaman may offer legal support to correct the inheritance issue. This would show his growth. Instead of using remand to answer remand, he would begin a fair process. Doga could support him, proving that he is no longer the careless corporate princess he remembered. Muzaffar may reject every peaceful offer because anger has become his entire identity. For a revenge give him life purpose. If the justice is corrected, he must face the fact that his crime were necessary. Simran may be more willing to cooperate. She could private document that expose another person's role in the original deed. His testimony might lead the story toward a more powerless hidden enemy. Lucy may not be a final villain in the Night's conflict. Someone closer to him would have manipulated Bard's family for personal gain. Might mean a likely connection because of his interest in the city land. He may know that old ownership record can be used to weaken Lucy's position. If he secretly guarded Muzaffar and Sarma toward the farm, he may expect a legal confrontation greater than the kidnapping. After the violence, he will work hard to remove evidence of communication, but Yaman's suspicion will grow. He may examine phone records, security camera, and financial transactions. Roga called him because she understands her family business system. The investigations strengthened their partnership. Nasreen may also hold part of the trust. Her attempt to sell Safir's share could be connected to fear that the inheritance dispute will reduce the farm value. Perhaps she learned about a possible legal crime and decided to sell because it became public. If so, her actions are selfish but not directly connected to the kidnapping. Safir will still feel betrayal. He may have trusted her to protect family interests. Their conflict could answer another show form of honesty. People hidden information because they believe they know what is bad for someone else. Lucy's greater challenge will be accepted that money cannot repair every relationship. He may offer Doga in a new house, increased security, or a trip away from the farm. She will likely reject this solution when she needs his trust. She wants to know what he did, why he did it, and whenever he regret it. Lucy may find her emotional honesty more difficult than thinking. Very available property. Parent will probably stand beside him but refuse to accept support. Another lie. Their renewed love can survive only if Lucy become a difficult man from the one. He allow pride and business to separate them. Air ego. The event of the act may continue bonding Yaman. Although he saved Doga, he might suffer an injury and experience memory connected to his old accident. He may hide the problem because he does not want everyone to view him as weak. Doga could notice that he is not sleeping and then sudden sound make him tell. This time she will not allow him to alone. She may gently encourage him to speak about the past. Yaman will resist, but her patience can slowly break through his defensive. A powerless full scene could show Doga visiting the location connected to Yaman's earlier accident. She may want to understand what Yaman after the interview. Yaman could describe how one careless moment changed his future. Doga might become overwhelmed with guilt, and Yaman may support her without from taking responsibility for everyone. He could explain that many decisions and accidents contributed to that day. Her behavior hurt him, but his life after was shaped by his own choices as well. This conversation will free both of them from a simplified story in which Doga is a villain and Yaman is only the victim. Yaman may tell him that the farm became his second chain. He arrived them feeling that his old life was finished. Working with the land taught him that demanding things can grow again. A field may look empty during one season and return to life in another. This idea fits the title Doganin Canuno or the law of the tethered nature. Nature does not erase the past but it transforms it. Pain can become a trap. Conflict can create understanding to people who once responsible each other. Wood's memory can become the reason about choices a better future. Doga one transformation is equally important. She entered this story as someone used to confront privilege and quiet situations. She believed confidence was enough to succeed. Life on the farm has forces her to understand responsibility. Idea affect worker, family, tradition and the environment. Work can remind another person memory for air. The kidnapping will make her one actions, but it could not remove her courage. Her growth should come from awareness rather than fear. After surviving the yard, Yodoga may insist on returning to work quickly. Everyone will tell her to rest, but she will not want the kidnapper to control her future. Yaman may object strongly, created another arguing, yet his argument will be different from the earlier fight. His anger will come from fear and she will recognize it, instead of shooting back immediately. She may take his hand and explain that staying active help feel in control. Yaman may eventually agree on the condition that security measures are followed. Their small physical connects could carry more meaning than a dramatic confession. Their relationship has been filled with loud movement, but real intensity may begin quietly. Doga taking Yaman's hand will tell him that she understands this fear. Yaman continue allowing her to continue working while sure that he respects her strength. Love will begin not through worship or sacrifice alone, but toward compromise. The farm community may recognize a gathering to welcome back Doga, the worker, local friend, and family member, having all been affected by her presence. Someone view her as an outsider who won't damage their tradition. After the kidnapping, their concern may reveal that she has become part of the community. Adil could prepare food, Safir could make an emotional speech, and even the people who disagree with Doga Beach project may come to support her. This scene will show how much she has changed since arriving. Yaman may watch him from a distance, avoiding attention. Doga will notice him and understand that he is uncomfortable receiving praise for the issue. She could publicly thanks everyone without focus on him, respecting his finish for privacy. Later, she might approach him and say that the interior celebration feel incomplete while he stands outside it. Yaman may answer that he belongs at the edge. Watching over the farm, Doga could tell him that he deserved to be a part of the life he expected. Their next challenge may arrive through Mark. Yaman's decision to share a secret with Doga's greatest enemy has already threatened the balance between them. The tale of Del Secret may continue causing damage. Mark will use this past of Doga kidnapping to manipulate public opinion. She might suggest that the farm is unsafe or that Doga decision attractive criminal. If she publishes private information, the farm reputation could suffer. Yaman may regret trusted her while Doga may question whether he truly entered this revenge. Their conflict could prevent Yaman and Doga from becoming a couple immediately. Doga may understand why he acted from pain, but sharing personal information with Mark could still feel like betrayal. Yaman must take responsibility without demanding instant forgiveness. He cannot use the issue of Racer his earlier mistake. Saving Doga prove his life, but a healthy relationship requires trustful daily affection. The script could show allow about trust to exist. Yaman may heroic on the act and he may still have care damage. The need repair. Mark may try to separate them by claiming that Yaman only received Doga because he feels guilty. Murk may try to separate them by claiming that Yaman only sued Doga feel guilty. She could tell Doga that he will always see her as a woman who runs his life. Doga growth will be tested by with her. She believes this manipulation instead of reacting immediately. She may confront Yaman directly. This would demonstrate that she has learned from the earlier communication failure. Yaman in return must answer honestly rather than hiding behind anger. The public exposure of Yaman's past may also affect his personal standing. Business partner could question his background or accuse him of gaining control of the farm through usual corruption or photograph of the younger period may appear online inviting cruel comparison with the confident man he has become. Yaman may had becoming the subject of gossip. Doga familiar with public attention could help handle the situation. This will reverse the earlier rule. The woman who once mocked his appearance will now defend his dynasty. Doga may make a public statement without revealing private details. She could accept responsibility for her immature behavior and explain that people could not use someone's past appearance as entertainment. Her world show real changing. Yaman may eventually object because he does not want her apology to create more tension, yet he may secretly appreciate that she is willing to stand beside him. The movement will not erase the past, but it should show that the refusal to repeat. Lucy could also defend Yaman, especially after the issue. He may announce that Yaman is exactly to the farm and has his complete trust. Such report carry business value and personal meaning. Yaman, who once believed Lucy's world has rejected him, will finally receive public respect from the same powerful figure. However, Yaman may no longer need that approval as much as he did. His strength now comes from the life or burn, not as accepted by corporate leader. This change is central to Yaman's character. 5 years ago, the failed interview felt like the end of everything because he believed success could come only through one path. The farm taught it that the identity is not given by a job title. They become vulnerable through leadership, loyalty and knowledge. Doga's opinion once had the power to destroy his confidence. Now her love deeply because it could not define it. While the relationship can succeed only if they meet as equal rather than the judge and victim. Doga must also separate herself for Lucy's power. The kidnapping is demonstrative. The danger of being knowing only as a powerless man. Daughter Muzaffar and Samra did not target her because of her one choices. They uses her as symbol of Lucy. While Doga may become more determined to build an identity independent of her father. Her work at the farm can become a real career rather than the punishment or temporary lesson. She may ask for an official rule based on performance, not per family connection. Yaman could support this request while setting clear standards. He may tell her that she will be judged like every other manager. Doga may accept with confidence their competitive energy can make them protective. She will try to prove that her idea works while Yaman will ensure that growth does not damage the farm value. Their meeting will still include argument, but the anger will be mixed with respect and affection. The beach project may return as their first major shared decision. Doga originally wanted to use the coastal area for business. Local resistance feared that commercial activity will disturb the community and natural environment. After the yacht experience, Doga may understand the emotional importance of the coast more deeply. She could design the plane as a similar eco-friendly project managing with local participation. Yaman may approve one. He sees that she listens rather than forcing a city-style solution. Their success will show how both characters improve each other. Yaman teaching Doga patience, responsibility and respect for the land. Doga teaches Yaman flexibility, ambition and opinion to change. Neither must become exactly like the other. The difference creates conflict, but this is some different can make their partnership stronger. This is a true law of the nature to opposite forces slowly finding balance. The episode final movement may return to the thread on the Turkish drama episode often and at the highest emotional point. It is possible that Yaman reaches Doga, but the complete issue is denying until the following episode. A weapon could be fired, someone could fall into the sea, or the yak could explode. The screen may fade before viewer know whenever Yaman and Doga are safe. Such an ending will have the audience waiting anxiously for the next chapter. If the episode ends with the yak in danger, the following story will focus on survival and emotional confession. If the issue is complicated within this episode, the ending may introduce an inherent document or reveal that the traitor inside the farm. Either decision will move this series beyond simple romantic comedy. The relationship remains central, but family secret and ownership and revenge are becoming equally important. The most meaningful outcome is not simply that Yaman saved Doga. The issue should force both characters to see the truth about themselves. Yaman must understand that revenge cannot protect him from pain. Doga must understand that carelessness can have consequences of beyond one moment. Lucy must face the human cost of his business history. Muzaffar and Sarma must learn that suffering does not give him the right to create new victims. Every major character is being confronted by the difference between justice and revenge. Justice tried to repair what was damaged. Once only transfer pain from one person to another. Yaman once wanted Doga to reverse because she had suffered. Muzaffar and Samra now want Lucy to suffer by treating his daughter. About plan use innocent emotion as weapon. The kidnapping will change Yaman that chain to reject their circle. By saving Doga and later helping uncover the truth about the Nightons, he can choose justice over Ivan. Doga's survival will also allow her to make a choice. She can return to her old comfortable life protected by her father or remain at the farm and confront the difficult years surrounded her family. The stronger direction to stay her. Leaving would mean allowing Fair to decide her future. Staying will show that she has finally accepted responsibility for both the farm and relationship he has been there. Yaman may tell her that she is free to leave and that no one will judge her after that happens. Secretly, he may hope she remained but refused to ask. Doga could surprise him by saying that she is not staying because of obligation. She is staying because the farm has become part of her life. She may add the content people. They would be completely lost without her. Yaman would recognize the playful refer to himself, but pretend not to understand. Their familiar humor will be important after such heavy drama. This series works because romance, family conflict and comedy exist together. When the immediately danger passes and story will allow Yaman and Doga to return to heightened argument. Their relationship does not need to become completely serious. They can be honest about their relationship feeling while still challenging and teasing each other. In fact, their love will feel believable only if their strong personality remain. Doga may joke that Yamar ran her issue by arriving with an angry expression. Yamar could answer that she was the more difficult kidnapping person in history. She may complain that he took so long to find her. He could remind her that she invited criminal to the farm. The argument may end with both familiar seemingly smiling that anger no longer carried the same cruelty. What once separated them can become a part of their closeness. A kiss may happen during or after the issue, but it should not solve every emotional problem. If they kiss on the yak because they believe they may die, both might later feel uncertain about what it means. Doga could ask whether the kiss was only caused by fear. Yaman may avoid answering because admitting the trust would make him vulnerable. This uncertainty could keep romantic tension alive while still moving their relationship forward. Alternatively, this series may delay the kiss and using the issue to create almost confession. Yaman may hold Doga face creek whenever she is injured and come close enough for both to understand what could happen. A sudden interruption could stop them. They will frustrate viewer but maintain anticipation. The emotional meaning will already be clear. Yaman no longer see Doga as an enemy and Doga no longer see him only as an object. What happened? Episode 7 representing a turning point. Before this crisis, Yaman and Doga could continue pretending that their connection was temporary. After the kidnapping, that exclusive will disappear. Yaman chooses safety over safety. Doga trusts Yaman with her life. The family witnessed the strength of their bond. The remaining questions will not be whether they have feeling, it will be whether they are brave enough to build a relationship after everything they have done to each other. The road ahead will remain difficult, marked manipulation, murder plan, Nisrin shared deal, Lucy's secret and the Nighton dispute can all create now obstacles. Yaman trauma will not disappear in one conversation. Doga guilt may influence her decision, yet this is difficult can now he fade together. Their greatest weakness has been isolation. Both try to solve every problem alone. They yet crisis will solve them. Survival something depend on trusting another person. As a new chapter began, the playful appearance of the farm will heal glowing danger. Two visitors arrive with smile but carry air of anger. A father past return, his daughter future. A man who once wanted revenge become the only person willing to risk everything for the woman he blamed. This year became the state where hatred and love meet, and in the middle of that danger, Yaman and anger may finally discover that the strongest forces in their story is not pride, money or revenge. It is a bond they created while trying too hard to remain enemies. This is why the coming episode may become one of the most important episodes of Doganin Canuno. It moves the story from painful conflict into emotional trust. The kidnapping is not only an action event, it is a test of every important relationship. Lucy must prove how far she will go for Doga. Parian must decide whether she can stand beside him while facing his past. The farm community must protect one of its one. Yaman must choose between the one that shaped him and the love that can change him. His decision is already become clear. When Doga disappears, Yaman will not stop the calculate or what he lost because of her. He will follow the only thought that the matter. She must come back alive. He will take the boat, cross the dangerous water and enter the yak without knowing whenever he will return. The action will say more than any romantic speech. Yaman's heart has already made the choices. His mind continue to resist. Doga's choices will become clear when she sees it. In the middle of fear, the person who makes her feel safe will meet the man who once considered her greatest enemy. She may agree with him, question him, and challenge him again, but she will not be longer be able to deny his place in her life. This story began with a movement that destroyed Yaman's confidence. It may now enter a new stage through a movement in which they save each other. The law of the nature is that life continues to change. Season and damaged land heals, storm pass, and new growth appear where nothing seems possible. Yaman and Dogar follow the same law. Their past cannot be erased, but it can be transformed. Revenge can become understanding, anger can become protection, pride can become trust, and two people who once brought curdy was in each other, they slowly learn how to begin out the past. The coming danger will not make their love simple, it will make it undeniable. When the yak moved farther than the store and Lucy received the terrible message, everyone will fear that Doga has been lost, but Yaman will refuse to accept that ending. He will follow her into the sea, into danger and into the trust he has avoided for long. He is longer chases the woman who returned his past. He is fighting for the woman who has become part of his future. Doganin Canuno section to the night of reckoning. Morning arrived quickly at Kizilik farm, but the peaceful view hid the tension growing inside every person. The sun rise over the tree and the worker prepare for another busy day. From a distance everything appeared normal, yet the farm is no longer the same place it was a few days earlier. Yaman's secret has opened into the open. Doga has learned why he treated her with such anger, but both of them are now trying to behave as his knowledge had changed nothing. They speak only when work require it. They avoid personal questions. They refuse to look at each other for too long. The agreement sounds simple. No emotional discussion, no agreement about the past, and the unnecessary closeness. However, feelings do not disappear because two people create rule. Yaman worker before months of the worker wake. He wants to enter the farm without attracting attention, but Adil sees him immediately. She stands near the kitchen door and watches as he carries his bag toward the house. She does not ask where he has been or why he has entered. Her experience tells him that she already understands. Adil has now yearned for too long to believe his crime that he come back only because the farm needed it. She now he could manage every responsibility from a distance. She also knows that Doga's presence is the real reason he could not remain away. Yaman avoided her questioning eyes and said that there is too much work to complete. Adil allowed him to pass, but a small smile appeared on her face. Doga learned about Yaman's return from Vida. She tried to act underinterested, but her reaction gave away the trust. Her hands stopped moving and she asked survival questions while pretending they are related only to business. She wanted to know when he arrived. With her, he spoke to everyone, and with her, he planned to stay permanently. Veera looked at her with amusement and asked why a question business matter has suddenly become too important. Doga quickly changed the subject. She said they need Yaman approval for the new guest and nothing more. Veera does not challenge her directly but also understands that Doga has been waiting for him to return. Their first meeting takes place outside the main building. Yaman is checking a damaged fence when Doga approaching with a folder in her hand. For a few seconds, neither speaks. The silence feels heavier than any of their old argument. Doga finally explained the new customer has confirmed their visit. She could Yaman to decide her decision. But he simply asked whether the information has been checked. His crime to surprise her. She said the booking detail appear correct and that the couple is interested in spending several days at the farm. Yaman asked to see the document. Doga handed the folder and carefully avoided touching his finger, but noticed the fact but neither mentioned it. Yaman read the name Muzaffar and Simran more than once. Nothing in the paperwork appeared clearly wrong, yet someone made it uncomfortable. The conversation was completely quickly. The payment arrived from a recent openly account and the couple requested detailed information about the farm private area. Doga explained that with the customer offer with privacy, she said. They are planning a family event and may become vulnerable long-term client. Yaman asked why they need information about the storage building, board, service road and security camera. Doga replied that she has already removed the most sensitive information. Her answer is responsible. Yaman remained doubtful. Doga sensed his suspicion and immediately became defensive. She asked whether he will reject every customer. She simply because he does not trust her. Yaman said the issue is not her ability. He only wants to understand why strangers are asking usable questions. Doga reminded her that they agreed to remain professional, which means he should judge her work fairly. Yaman closed the folder and told her professional work includes checking possible risks. His words are reasonable, but his voice carried the same authority that has always knowing her. The conversations began turning into another fight until Yaman suddenly stopped. He does not want to return to their old pattern. He will tell her to continue with the visit but promise he will watch the guests closely. Muzaffar and Samra arrived later that morning in a dark vehicle. They appeared polite, calm and well prepared. Muzaffar spoke warmly and praised the beauty of the farm. Simra acted impressed by Doga's idea and asked many questions about future development. They present themselves as successful people looking for a quiet location away from the city. Their crowd manners and expensive cars support their story. No one watching them would immediately see danger. They have clearly spent time preparing their rule. Doga welcomed them with confidence. She explained the farm survive, introduced the staff and take them toward the guest area. Simra complimented her communication skill and said it is refreshing to meet a young woman taking control of a large rural business. Doga enjoyed the prize because she has spent weeks trying to prove herself. Simran noticed this and continued to encourage her. She said traditional business often failed because older managers refused to listen to new ideas. The comment is designed to create distance between Doga and Yaman. Doga does not openly agree, but Simran sees enough to her expression in now that the plan is working. Muzaffar believed differently while Samra built trust with Doga. She studied the farm. His eyes moved toward every axis. Security worker exposed this distance between building and noticed when security guard changed position. He asked Victor the farm her problem with thief. Doga answered that the area is generally safe. Muzaffar casually asked Victor if Lucy visit often. Doga turned toward him because the question felt unexpected. He quickly explained that he recognized her some name and knowing Lucy for business news. The explanation sounded believable, yet Doga felt a small warning inside her. Yaman, watching the conversation from across the yard, he noticed the change in Doga's face when Lucy's name is mentioned. He is approaching and introduced himself. Muzaffar finally smiled because slightly harder. Yaman asked whether they have visited Allah before. Muzaffar said that passed through similar area earlier. Yaman then asked which road they used, mentioned a road that did not exist at that time. Muzaffar claimed he cannot remember the answer, nothing, but it increased Yaman's suspicion. He has learned that the people who create for stories usually prepare the important details while forgetting ordinary ones. Simran noticed Yaman studying them and immediately tried to reduce their concern. She said that they had nothing wonderful thing about the farm and not only to enjoy a peaceful stay. She complimented the building and said with her Yaman designed the new section himself. The question touches his engineering past, but she cannot knowing his emotional meaning. Doga watching Yaman's expression change for a moment. She think about the young man who once entered her father's company, crying in design and dream. She slightly look away before Yaman sees the empathy in her eyes. Yaman tells Muzaffar and Samra that farm worker and accompany them in registered area. Muzaffar laughed and said they have no intention of doing anywhere without permission. The conversation remained polite, but both men understand that a bigger challenge has begun. Muzaffar lead Yaman may answer that the greatest problem in their plan. Yaman realized the visitors are hiding something, although he still has no proof. Doga stands between them, unaware that the danger is already moving closer. After the talk, Sharma asked Doga to discuss a private celebration near the coast. She said Muzaffar family is considering a major anniversary event and want to inspect the beach and boat factories. Doga see a valuable opportunity as a sexual event could bring publicity and new customers. Yaman immediately objected when he heard about the private meeting. He said the coastal area is not ready for guests and the weather may change. Doga replied that she only planned short inspection. Yaman suspends sending another employee with him. Samra smiled and said she understands if the farm cannot private personal survive. Her tone is gentle but the result is clear. Doga refuses to appear unprofessional. She tells Yaman she can manage one simple meeting. He asks her to delay it until the visitor background has been confirmed. Doga reminds him that he already approval the visit. Yaman says approval is not the same as blind trust. Their voices rise and civil worker began listening from a distance. Muzaffar and Samra exchange a brief look. This agreement is exactly what they need. Yaman finally tells Doga that she can go, but she must keep her phone active and return before evening. Doga asks whether he is her managing or her prison guard. He said that he is the person who will have to solve the problem, but her confidence create another disaster. The world her because they sound changing to their past. Doga's expression become cool. She says he is still seeing her as an impossible girl from 5 years ago. Yaman immediately regretted the comment, but pride stopped from connecting it. Doga turned away and told the girls they can leave. Doga insists the meeting is safe. Veera asks why the customers are so interested in Lucy. Doga admits the question felt arranged but says Muzaffar gave a reasonable explanation. Veera suggested calling Lucy before leaving. Doga refuses because she does not want her father interrupting another project. She believes she must succeed without using his name or power. Her wish for independence is understandable, but it also prevents her from taking an easy safety step. At the same time, Yaman contacts someone who can check the visitor become business information. He learned that the company name in their booking exists only on paper. It has no clear employee, public project or physical office. The bank account was opened recently. The car is registered under a different name. Each fact may have a harmless explanation, but together they create a dangerous picture. Yaman immediately called Doga. She does not answer. Doga is already traveling with Muzaffar and Simra toward the coast. Samra sits beside her and continues speaking about business. She asks whether Doga plans to remain at the farm permanently. Doga says she has not decided. Simra asks whenever Yaman makes the decision difficult. Doga nervously and says their relationship is purely professional. Samra studied her face, and knowing that this is not true, she said powerless men often hide their feeling behind rule. Doga become quiet. Muzaffar watches them through the mirror. He tells Doga that Yaman approaching too controlling for a simple manager. Doga says Yaman wants responsibility at the farm and takes security seriously. She defended him, surprised even her. Only an year earlier she was angry with him, yet she does not want stronger judge him. Simran understands that Yaman understands are emotionally connected. This information may become useful if the kidnapping plan changing. Instead of going directly to a public beach, Muzaffar drive toward a private marina. Doga noticed the road and asked why it was changed direction. Simra said their boat is nearby and they want to show that the type of event they are planning. Doga tells them the exact visit was no part of the arrangement. Muzaffar apologized and said they can return if she can uncomfortable. His calm response makes her question her one concern. She does not want to appear fearless or inexperienced. She agreed to look at the boat for only a few minutes. The marina is almost empty. Mud markers are on the break and the yacht is positioned away from the main office. Doga step out of the car but leave her back inside. Samra said the boat belonged to a business partner and invited her abroad. As Doga walked toward the yacht, she finally sees a small sign that confirms something is wrong. The name printing into the yacht is the same name as the company or an old legal file. She said in a Lucy number office. He cannot remember the full details. But the connection is too strange to ignore. Doga stopped and saying she needed to call the farm. Muzaffar moved between her and the car. His friendly expression disappeared. Simra closed the distance behind her. Doga reached for her phone, but Simra grabbed her receipt. Doga fired back, written both of them. She pushes Samra away and tried to return. Muzaffar catches her because she reaches the marina gate. She screams, but the open water and distant building waken the sound. Doga managed to strip Muzaffar and free one hand. Her phone fell on the ground. She quickly pressed the emergency call button before Samra kicked the device into the water. The call lasts only a second, but it connects to Yaman air movement, Doga voices and the sound of a boat engine. Then the line becomes silent. She calls again, but the phone is unreached. On the jack, Muzaffar because angry because the pen is no longer under control. He accused Imran of waiting too long. Samla replied that Doga was spotted to enter peacefully. They had planned to drug her drink after leaving the marina, but now they must quickly. Doga continued fighting until Muzaffar held their armies and Simra places a cloth over their mouth. She struggled and the injured starting and slowly over losing consequence. The final image she sees is the shoreline moving farther away. Yaman ran toward the parking area while calling Wheeler. He asked where Doga want and what vehicle the customer were using. Vera gave him the information and said Doga mentioned the cost. Yaman ordered the security team to check every camera. He tells Brock to call the marina and ask Iran to contact the police. His introductions are faster and clear, but fear is already controlling his body. He cannot remove the sound of Doga's struggle from his mind. One security camera shows the darker vehicle leaving through the western road. Another record it moving toward the marina. Yaman drive without their waiting for someone. He ignored call from Lucy and the police because he want to reach the location immediately. The road seem endless. Every so vehicle become an octopus. Every minute feel like a personal failure. He remembered warning Doga, but the memory being to satisfaction. Being current mean nothing. She is in danger. When Yaman arrived at the marina, he found the abandoned car. Doga bag is still inside. One of her interior lie under the edge of the door. He recognized it because he noticed her wearing it that morning. He would never admit paying attention to such details. He picked up C and mark on the from the struggle. He worker tell him a yak left survival minute earlier. The man did not see who boarded because he was inside the office. Yaman asked for the board direction and his registration number. The marina worker said the yak moved south toward open water. He warned Yaman that the sea may become rough later into the evening. Yaman does not care. He says a small speedboat tied into the near and asked for the key. The worker refuses because the boat belonging to someone else. Yaman looked out memory intensification and his phone. Placing him on the desk, he said the owner can receive whenever payment is necessary. Whenever the worker continues hesitation, Yaman take the emergency key from the wall. There is no time for permission. Brock reaches the marina movement before Yaman leave. He tells him the police are coming and warn him not to go alone. Yaman replied that the yacht will be too far away by the time his formal search began. Brock offered to join him, but Yaman refuses. Someone must remain on land to coordinate with the police and Lucy. Brock sees the fear behind Yaman's anger and agree before Yaman starts the injury. Brock asks whenever he knows what he will do when he reaches the yacht. Yaman answers honestly he has not completely pain. He only now Doga cannot remain there alone. Back at the farm, Lucy carries after receiving Vira call. He demanded information and becomes furious when he learned that Yaman has already gone to sea. He accusing the farm staff of failing to protect his daughter. Adil tells him that blame will not bring Doga back. When he arrives and asks Lucy with her, the name Muzaffar and Samra mean nothing to him. He faces training because he can answer. Perry noticed immediately. Lucy say he now dead father may year ago. He claimed the man lost property through a business agreement and later behind are Lucy. Perry asked whenever Lucy took the inheritance unfairly. He said every document was legal. Perry does not accept this as a complete answer. She asked whether the argument was fair, not answer it was legal. Lucy becomes silent. Their silence becomes more than his word. Years earlier, Muzaffar and Sarma's father faced serious rape. His family owned coastal land that he had passed through generations. Lucy offered to pay the debt in exchange for temporary control of the property. The father believed they could recover the land after paying the account. However, the contract gave Lucy followers if payment was delayed. A business crisis followed. Repayment became impossible and the land passed permanently into Lucy's control. Lucy insists he did not create the crisis and did not break the law. Parent replied that she is still advantage of a disappeared man. Lucy said the property was later sold and the money was invested everywhere. Returning it is no longer simple. Parent asked why they never explained this history to Doga. He said there was no reason to burden her with all business conflict. Parent told him that the conflict has now found her. By hiding the past, Lucy did not protect his daughter. He only ensured that she would face the danger without underestimating it. A message arrived on Lucy's phone. It contained a photograph of Doga laying consequence inside the yacht. The kidnapper demand money and legal document transforming another pieces of property. They also demand a recorded confession in which Lucy admits that he stole their father's inheritance. If they contact the police, they threaten to throw Doga into the sea. Lucy's hand began shaking. For the first time, the powerless businessman appeared completely helpless. Perrine read the message and asked whether he requested properties connected to the old inheritance. Lucy confessed that it included part of the coast near the farm, threatening it could serious problem at Kizilik farm and the families living nearby. Parents say property can be recovered, but Doga life cannot. Lucy immediately ordered his lawyer off to prepare the paper. However, Mud listened from outside the room and revealed that the transfer could destroy a plan he has been building in secret. Mud calls someone and calls Aether. Muzaffar has lost control. The answer is not here, but Mud revealed that he knows something about the revenge plan. Perhaps the rewarded plant over all document, believing Muzaffar would pressure Lucy through a legal scandal. He did not expect a kidnapping. Now he understands that any investigation could expose his involvement. He deleted message and hid the second phone inside its car. On the yacht, Doga slowly wake. Her hands are tired and her feel heavy. She wears Muzaffar arranging with Sarma in the next room. Samra said taking Doga was suspected to be a threat, not the beginning of a murder. Muzaffar said Lucy will never surrender unless he believes the danger is real. Samra reminded him that their father wanted justice. He answered that justice belonging only to people with money and power. From familiars like Steel's revenge is the only language powerless people underestimate. Doga tested the rope around her wrist. It is tight but not impossible to choice. He examined the room and noticed a broken metal edge beneath a table. It can reach. She may cut the rope. Before she moved, Samra entered Doga pretending to remain weak. Simran give her water but keep a safe distance. Doga asked why they chose her. Simran said Lucy must experience the fear their father felt when he lost everything. Doga asked whether their family would be proud of kidnapping an innocent woman. Simra's expression changes. Doga said that the question had touching a hidden doubt. She continued carefully, saying she is willing to hear their story and help investigate the agreement. Simra replied that Doga will promise everything to escape. Doga said that may be true, but listening could know nothing. If Lucy committed an injustice, she wanted to know. Simra explained that their father once owned several pieces of vulnerable coastal land. After losing the property, he became ill and spent his final years trying to challenge and contrast every legal door choices. Witness changed their story. Important record disappointment. And powerful people refused to make involved. Muzaffar grew up watching their father become weaker. He promised that one day Lucy will answer for what happened. Doga's with her, they have proved that Lucy gave the missing records. Ibram said the pattern is obvious. Doga explained that the obvious and proven were not the same thing. She does not depend on her father blindly. She admits Lucy can be controlling and secretive, but if another person manipulating the document kidnapping her will allow the real criminal to remain hidden, Simran become uncertain. She has spent years believing one simple story. Doga questioning losing a possibility she does not want to consider. Muzaffar entered and ordered Samra to stop taking. He tells Doga that her father has received the demand. Doga asks whether he planned to receive there after the transfer. Muzaffar said that depend on Lucy. Doga said that he has not made a clear escape plan. His revenge has brought him his far. But he has not secretly considered what happened afterward. She believes that emotional weakness may be more useful than physical strength. Doga tells Muzaffar that Lucy will contact the police regardless of the threat. She says her father does not treat criminals to keep promise. Muzaffar becomes angry and says Lucy will cooperate when he sees the next video. He raised his phone and pointed a weapon toward Doga. Simran objects, saying this was not agree. Muzaffar ignored and began recording. Doga failed to show fear. She looked directly into the camera and told Lucy not to sign anything without learning the full truth. Muzaffar stopped recording and scored that she is not sporting to give instruction. Doga says she needed her life and freedom, but he cannot control her condition. Her confidence is partly an act. Inside she is terrified, yet anger allows her to remain focused. Muzaffar moved closer and returned Yaman. He said the man from the farm will eventually understand that Doga created disaster whenever she cried. Doga faced rival concern before she can hide it. Muzaffar noticed. He asked whether Yaman is more than a managing. Doga said Yaman has no personal importance to her. Muzaffar smiled because the Daniel come too quickly. Far behind the jack, Yaman followed his path using information from the marina and the navigation application. The way she becomes stronger. The steamboat rises and fell violently, but he refused to slow down. He called Brock through a hand-free device and gave him location. Brock him tell the Coast Guard he has informed Yaman, asked him to enough remain away that the kidnapper will not see them. He want a few minutes to read Doga before the official review began. Brock say Yaman is behaving like a man with nothing to lose. Yaman looked at the dark water and replied that he has already understood what he could lose. This suspended surprise Brock. Yaman has spent years controlling every motion, but fear has removed his ability to hide. Brock said Doga will be alright. Yaman does not answer because he cannot make himself believe promise without evidence. As the sun began failing, Yaman said the yak in the distance. He turned off most of the seatboard light and used the engine noises. He watches through neighborhood identity to different people moving on deck. Doga is not visible. He circled toward the side hidden from the yacht main cabin. The pain is dangerous. If Muzaffar notices him, Doga gives the harm immediately. Yaman must reach the boat without getting alarmed. He moved close enough to attack a rope, then allowed the speedboat to drift behind the yacht. He climbed above from a maintenance platform near the water. His injured leg slipped one and he nearly fell. He held the tail and forces himself upward. Water covered his clothes and his breathing is heavy. He waited in the shadow until one of the Muzaffar men walked past. Yaman followed the man and quietly stoned it because he can shout. The struggle is short but difficult. Yaman takes his radio and locked him inside the storage compartment. Through the radio, he hears Muzaffar ordering someone to check the fuel level. He also fears Samna warning that Doga may become rich because of the drugs. Yaman fear turned into anger, but he focused himself to remain silent. Doga finally reaches the sharp metal edge beneath the table. She began cutting the rope slowly, every movement causing pain in her wrist. She heard footsteps and quickly returned to her earlier position. Samra entered again, carrying food. Doga says she cannot eat. Her hands are tired. Samra refuses to free but also loosens the rope slightly. This small act made Doga believe Samra may eventually help her. Doga says Samra whenever she truly trusts Muzaffar. Simra says he is her brother and since sacrifice everything for their family. Doga replied that love does not require supporting every decision. Sometimes protecting someone means supporting them because they destroy their life. Samra said Doga knowing nothing about their family. Doga answered that she knew what it felt like to love a powerful stubborn man who hid his pain and anger. He may be speaking about Lucy but she is always thinking about Yaman. Simra asked with her Yaman now he has taken. Doga said he probably noticed before anyone else. Sabnam said Yaman cannot reach them. Doga replied that Simra does not know him. It is continually in her voice surprised about woman. Doga realizes she truly believes Yaman is coming. She does not know how he will find her. But trust has replaced panic. Outside the room, Yaman heard Doga voices riff, almost causing him to move too quickly. He is approaching the door but sees Muzaffar standing nearby with a weapon. Yaman went behind a wall and listening. Muzaffar received a call from Lucy, who said the documents are being prepared. Muzaffar ordered him to send proof within 30 minutes. Lucy asked to speak with Doga. Muzaffar refuses. Yaman said the stolen radio to choices create a false warning about an engine problem. Muzaffar sent one man toward the lower deck. This reduced the number the guard near Doga. Yaman moved quickly but Samra sternly exits the room and sees him about freeze. Yaman placed a finger near his lips and quietly said whenever Doga is alive. Samra looked toward Muzaffar then back at Yaman. For survival seconds, Samra made choices between family loyalty and preventing more violence. Some whispered that Doga is alive but weak. She'll tell Yaman that Muzaffar carries a weapon and that become unpredictable. Yaman asked her to open the door. Samra refusing, fearing her brother will kill them all. Yaman said Muzaffar has already crossed the line she is trying to protect. The only way to save him now is to end the kidnapping before someone dies. Samra gave Yaman the key but warned him that the Jack Clover fuel suggested system had been damaged. Muzaffar planned to create a fire after escape, destroying evidence. However, the damage had become worse than expected. Fuel is leaking near the engine and one spark could cause an explosion. Yaman understands that refusing Doga is no longer enough. Everyone must leave the quiet correctly. He opened the door and entered. Doga locked up and believing the drum has created a dream. Yaman kneeled beside her and cut the rope. She touches his face to make sure he is real. He asks with her she is injured. Doga says she is fine and she can barely stand. Yaman tells her they must move immediately. Instead of thanking him, she asks why he come alone. Yaman said that can agree about the decision after they survived. Doga tried to tag but lost his balance. At the greatest strain cannot be hidden. Yaman and Doga are no longer enemies, pretending not to be. Care the Yak forced them to see what anger has been protected. Yaman discovered that losing Doga would be worse than the humiliation he cried for air. Doga discovered that trusting him did not make her weak. It gave her strength. One fair return to take control. The relationship will still contain argument. Yaman will remain stubborn, Doga will remain independent, and neither will suddenly become easy to understand. But their disagreement now have two value foundation. They know the other person will not leave when danger arrives. They know that beneath every sharp word is the connection powerful enough to cross dark water. At the farm began another day. The land looked peaceful again. Workers returned to their duties. Enemies not through the field moved. The sea reflected the morning light. Nature showed no visible sign of the fire that burned through the previous night. But people do not recover as quickly and landscape. Doga cried the memory of the working of inside the act. Yaman carries the fear of arriving too late. Lucy carried the weight of an old agreement. Muzaffar and Sarma cried the result of reborn. The hidden planner believed the crisis has ending. He believed that the demand record, burning act and confusing witness will protect him. He does not understand that the crack has created something more dangerous to his plan. than any document. It has created trust between Yaman and Doga. Before the kidnapping, they could be manipulating through pride. The first comment could make Doga reject Yaman's advice. A reminder of the past make Yaman question Doga's character. Their anger created space for enemy to enter. After the act, this is matter will no longer work as easily. They have seen each other without mask. Yaman knowing Doga is brave but no careless by nature. Doga now Yaman harsh behavior often hides fear rather than hatred. Together they can now investigate the farm from two different worlds. Yaman understand the worker land security and local relationship. Doga understands Lucy comparison, financial record, and the behavior of powerful business people. The hidden enemy may have planned for them, has separated people. He may not be prepared for them to become partners. This next battle will not happen only with fist, weapon, or fire. It will happen enough evidence, trust, and difficult choices. They must decide how much trust the farm can survive. They must learn whether Lucy was the final person responsible for the stolen inheritance or only one part of a larger scheme. They must discover whether Mart active from greed, fear, or direct other. They must protect Safi from a sheer sale designed to remove his control. Most importantly, they must decide what kind of future they want. Yaman can continue treating happiness as a danger, or he can accept it that life without emotional risk is not truly living. Doga can return to the easy world where Lucy solves every problem, or she can remain at the farm and build something that belonging to her. Their choices will shape not only their love but also the future of everyone around them. Near the end of the day, Doga returned to the coast alone. She stands where the peaceful water meets the land. For a moment, the sound of fleeing bring back the yak, spoke, and fear. She closes her eyes and forces herself to breathe. Then she hears footsteps behind her. Yaman stopped at the respectful distance. She said he did not follow her, though neither of them believed the Doga says she come to prove the sea cannot frighten her forever. Yaman replied that fear is not defective by pretending it does not exist. It becomes smaller when a person faces it without allowing it to control the next decision. Doga asked whether he is speaking about her fear or his one. Yaman saying perhaps about he well beside her, and they looked toward the horizon. No promises are made. No one declared that every problem has ending. They simply stand together. Doga asked what happened when the next danger arrived. Yaman said they will make a plan before judging into it. She reminded him that he had no plan on the yak. He replied that his plan was to find her. Everything detailed afterwards are detailed. Doga smiled and saying it was a terrible plan. Yaman agreed then act when it worked. Doga said they were lucky. Yaman looked at her and answered that finding her was not luck. It was the only possible ending he was feeling to escape. The world remained between them as a light changing over the sea. Doga understand that Yaman may need them before he can say the word love. She no longer need to force it from him. His choices have already spoken. Yaman understands that Doga may need that before he can forgive his demand. He is ready to prove himself through patience rather than pressure. Behind them, the farm waited with its secret. Mud hid his secret phone. Nessie studied a contract she is afraid to sign. Lucy opened a look cabinet containing documents from decades earlier. Parents watching him and wondered how many trains remained buried at the phone station. Samra asked for change her statement. Enter the sea. The waterproof bag rests between rock at the coast guard. Move closer. The night of danger has ending, but the real rocking is only beginning. Yaman saved Doga from the yak. Now they must save the farm from the people working inside it. They must discover no injustice without allowing anyone to destroy innocent lives. They must face the past while refusing to remain trapped inside them. Nature does not promise that storm will never return. It only shows that road becomes stronger when they survive. Then Yaman and Doga have survived their first true storm together. The fire on the yak destroyed the final remain of their full distance. What rises after will depend on their courage, honesty, and willingness to trust. For the first time, they are not standing on opposite of the conflict. They are looking in the same direction, and somewhere inside the farm, the person who wanted them divided is about to discover how dangerous their unity can become. Dogarin can section 3 the enemy inside. The farm morning after the yak fire, Kizilik farm appeared peaceful again, but the peace is not only an illusion. The worker returned to the field, the animals are fed, and the door of the guest house is opened with the first light from outside the farm, locked untouched by the danger that almost destroys civil life. However, inside the main house, fear and suspicion has replaced the old feeling of safety. Everyone now understands that Muzaffar and Samra did not discover Doga's schedule by accident. Someone gave him private information. Someone now, when Lucy were busy, road were be protected, and how the coastal area could be reached without attracting attention. The most written part is that this person may still be living or working among them. Yaman wakes before sunrise after sleeping for less than 2 hours. His injured leg is wrapped into the bandage and it burned on his arm, making every movement painful. He ignored bout injuries. Physical pain is simpler compared with the constant filling his mind. He sits alone in the farm office and studies the security record block recovered. Each pen shows a difficult, dangerous digital action. A file open, a schedule download, a camera temporarily disabled, and a property document copy with a Lucy private archive. Most of the action were completing using success information, but Yaman, knowing that an account name is not final proof, someone may have stolen the password, someone may also be tried to make Mert appear guilty. Yaman has learned not to trust the easier explanation. His one life was damaged before he once accepted a simple story. Doga humiliated him, so he was responsible for everything that followed. Later here, he discovered the pain has many cases. He will not repeat the same mistake during the investigation. Multi suspicion, but suspicion is not uncertainly. Yaman need evidence strong enough to survive the onion manipulation and legal challenge. Doga entered the office without knocking. She tried to cup of coffee and places are out beside her. Yaman asked why she is awake. She answered that sleep becomes difficult when a person remembers waking up on a burning yak. Her voice is calm but the tiredness made it is clear. Yaman studied her face. She has tried to hide the fear from everyone else. He told her she should rest. Doga replied that he should follow his one advice. Before giving it to order, she pointed toward his bandaged hand and asked whether he had taken the medicine prescribed by the doctor. Yaman changing the subject, Doga understood immediately and placed the medicine on the desk. She says she asked Adil whenever he would ignore it, and Adil prepared for exactly that possibility. Yaman complained that the interior farm had started treating him like a child. Doga replied that children are usually easier to manage. He almost smiled, but the security report brings seriousness back onto the room. Doga sat beside him and asked what is what discovered. Yaman explained that Murd account downloaded into different important documents during the week before the kidnapping. The first contained Doga appointment schedule. The second showed the location of security camera around the coastal road. The third include all land records related to the Night's climb by Muzaffar and Samra. Whenever excused, this document understood about the emotional and practical part of the plan. The tractor know how to use Muzaffar anchor and how to make Doga vulnerable. Doga asked whether Mert has permission to view these files. Yaman said he had access to the general business system because of his work with the farm financial planning. However, he had no reason to open the security map of Doga's private schedule. Mark claimed his partner was stolen, but he did not report any suspicious activity before the kidnapping. Doga believed they should confront him immediately. Yaman disagreed. If Mert is guilty, direct association will make him destroy evidence or escape. If he is innocent, confronting him without proof may alert the real traitor. They need to observe this behavior while allowing her to believe the investigation has shallow. Doga disliked waiting. She wants action because action gives like a feeling of control on the yak. Every second of happiness felt unbearable now whenever someone suggested patience. She remembered the rope around her land and locked doors. Yaman noticed her reaction and spoke more gently. He told her waiting does not mean doing nothing. It means choosing the right moment. Doga asked why he proposed. Yaman said that will create false information and with which is travel. Only a small group will receive the information. If the hidden enemy act, they will know which part the message followed. Doga become interested. She suggested protected that the Coast Guard recovering the waterproof bag from the sea. In reality, discover still searching. If the traitor believes the documents survive, he may attempt to steal or destroy him. Yaman approves the idea but says the false message must sound believable. Doga promised, telling Lucy that the bag will be transferred to the farm temporarily before being sent to the police laboratory. Nasrin and Sibula manager will hear the same story, but each person will receive a difficult arrival time. If someone attempts to entrap the bag, the timing will reveal who leaked the information. Yaman looked at her with quiet respect. He said her plan is dangerous but intelligent. Doga asked with her that is his way of giving a compliment. Yaman answered that he described the plan, not the person who created it. She tells him he needs practice in basic human communication. He respects that the survival one does not give her authority given his personality. This argument is like but understand that something has changed before the kidnapping. Disagreement quickly become personal. Now they are challenge each other without trying to hurt. Trust has been removed their difference. It had challenging how this is different are you. Lucy arrived later that morning with Paris and two lawyers. He has brought copies of the original inheritance contract and similar financial record. His face showed the weight of a sleepless night. For the first time, he is not entering the farm as a powerful father who expects everyone to follow his order. He comes as a man who now his past decision may have injured his daughter. Doga met him in the main room. She asked whether he brought every document. Only he one that protected him. Lucy is hurt her by the question, but knowing he has entered her doubt. She says file include the full contract, payment record, property transfer, and communication with Muzaffar and Sarma's father. Doga asked with her without any document are missing. Lucy says some file disappeared during an office move earlier. He once believed the missing paper were important. Now he is no longer certain. Yaman joined the meeting and studied the contrast. He noted that the original argument mentioned an additional protection period. According to one page, Muzaffar's father should have received 6 extra months to repay the debt before losing permanent ownership. However, the final property transfer happened only 2 months after the mixed period. Lucy said the protection shade was removed through a later amendment. Doga asked to see the amendment. Lucy searches the file but cannot find the original. This is only a referred to it. A lawyer later. Yaman asks why prepared to abandon. Lucy's name is Adori, who did survival air earlier. The witness listed on the transfer are also unavailable. One moved abroad and the other died before the dispute became public. Marian says this cannot be a coincidence. Lucy became defensive and reminded her that the agreement was complicated decades ago. People grow old, move away and die. Marian replied that the documents do not normally disappear at the same time as every useful witness. Lucy admitted that the company's former financial director managed most of the process. He trusted the man completely. The director later left the company after the disagreement over another investment. Lucy had not spoken to him in air. Doga asked for his name. Lucy hesitated before answering. Selkol Wadur Yaman recognized the surname. A company linked to the attempt purchase of Safir share has a director named Sihan Wada. If Sihan is Selkuk's son or relative, the other inheritance influence may be connected directly to the current plan against the farm. Brock checked public business record and confirmed that the Sihan Wada is nephew. Kehan Investment Company has recently purchased option on survival pieces of land surrounding Kislik Farm. If the farm ownership becomes unstable, Kehan could gain control of a large coastal development area. The kidnapping, the share file and the inheritance dispute may all survive the same final purpose. Lucy remembers Selkuk as an ambitious man who believed the coastal land would become extremely vulnerable. At the time, Lucy rejected a plan to build a large commercial resort. Selkuk became angry and later left the company. Lucy assumed the disagreement ending there. Now he received may have spent air preparing revenge of his one. Doga asked whether Lucy even investigated the inheritance transfer after Muzaffar's father complained. Lucy said he treated the legal team. Doga replied, the trusted employee does not remove responsibility. His name was on the contract. This company benefits from the property even if Selkok manipulated the abandonment. Lucy ignored warning sign because the result was profitable. Lucy accepted the criticism silently. He said he cannot change when he failed to do, when he can investigate now. He offered to finance and immediately legal issues and restore the property value if the transfer was. Doga told him the decision should not be made only to save the family reputation. The trust must be released even if it damages them publicly. Lucy said this speak easily because she has never managed thousands of employees or protected a company during a crisis. Doga replied that he used responsibility as an excuse for secrecy. Lucy warned her that the public association could collapse business and destroy innocent jobs. Doga say hidden fraud can destroy this job later in an even more painful way. The conversation became emotional. Yaman stepped between them without taking either side. He said that their first need, fact, a public statement can wait until they know whether the amendment was solved. Lucy and Doga both look at him, surprised that he has become the calm person into the room. Yaman say anger must be justified, but anger without evidence will help the real enemy. Pat disagree. He suggested searching, self-cook all file and contracting everyone who worked with him. Lucy promised to open his company at cheap. Doga say he will participate. Lucy started to refuse, fearing for her safety, but she stopped him. The kidnapping happened because people believed she could be controlled through fear. She will not allow that relief to become true. Yaman supported her decision with one condition: no secret meeting and no traveling alone. Doga agreed because the rule applied to everyone. Lucy noticed the race which one they reached compromise. The relationship is becoming visible even when neither openly name it. The false information about the waterproof bag is prepared before noon. Lucy tells Mud the bag will arrive at 7 in the evening. Doga tells Nasrin it will arrive at risk. Nasrin it will arrive at 6. Brock tells another manager it will arrive at 8. Yaman gave each person privately and warned that the information must remain secret. Security cameras are placed around the storage building where the false evidence will separately by Hill. Murdoch calmly when Lucy tells him. He asks whether the document